Started doing this thing on my Instagram. I don't think anyone could do this but me. I just posted on my story, I said, if you Venmo me any amount of money, I will scream in public. I would just scream in public and tag them in the video. It was the best job I ever had. And this is the scream. So imagine you guys are in a coffee shop, okay? And I just walk in. Just made $5. And it broke my mind because nobody gave a fuck. I don't know if that was an LA thing. Like, I would just walk into places and scream, and people didn't care. Like, white people didn't care, especially. If you walk into a place and scream and there's white people, they'll be on their phone, and then they'll look up and they'll be like, I'm not experiencing that, actually. Like, that's not part of my day, so I'm just gonna keep. Black dudes loved it. I don't know why. If I'd walk into a place and scream and there's a black dude, he'd be like, I fuck with that. Yeah. And that kept happening. I'm like, why do black dudes love when I scream in public so much? And then I was like, oh, in his mind, he's like, if I was white, man, that's the shit I would do.
I have been with my husband now for 7 years total, but prior to that, all of my relationships expired quicker than milk because my favorite part of the relationship was the chase. Like, there's nothing more interesting in a person than if they're not interested in me, right? Like, you're gonna block me on Instagram, I'm gonna wait in your bushes in a wedding dress. Fuck with me. No, but the thing that sucks about being married is your partner is just always into you. You know, my husband just, like, follows me around the house with a boner. Like he's having a going out of jizness sale. I'm like, hey, man, could you not? You know, could you act, like, a little less into me? And he's like, but we're married. Like, what do you want, a divorce? And I'm like, now you're talking dirty.
Social media is making people more confrontational in person, though. People are quick to argue. They're more confrontational. Like, a while back, I had a dinner with a friend that I grew up with, and I hadn't seen him in a long time. He goes, hey, buddy, what do you think about guns these days? That was his hello. I was like, come on, man, you know me. I grew up redneck. Like, we grew up around guns and stuff, but I don't really like guns. They just don't do anything for me. He goes, what about to protect your home? I go, buddy, I'm a millennial. I don't own a home. You think I'm going to be a hero from my landlord? Is that... I've been trying to get a new sink from this guy for 7 years. I'm not going to kill on his behalf.
I feel like I disappointed my immigrant parents, though, because I dated a Republican. Worked for the GOP, too. That's a true story. But I was kind of into it because I'm a dirty little immigrant boy and I need to be punished.
Like, I have to get in trouble, so I'm like, I'm gonna go scream at the Church of Scientology. Yes, thank you. It's a blue building, you can go. You can just, they make you sign in. I just write Tom Cruise. I just spell it with a Z, like it's vegan, you know? Like... But I walked in and I couldn't scream. I looked at them and they scared me. Have you seen them? They don't blink. And they were like, well, can I help you? I'm like, no, not at all. I was gonna scream, but I'm scared. And I went back to my apartment and I felt like a coward. And then I smoked a little weed and I'm like, I'm going back. And I went back. I went to the Church of Scientology. I busted in the door. Just fucking... And they were like, sir, you have to leave now. And I was like, yeah, obviously. I wasn't gonna walk in here and scream and then be like, so what's it about? Like, what do you guys do?
My grandpa and my grandma both survived the Holocaust. Some of you aren't clapping for that? You're like, yeah, what are their other credits? Do they have a podcast? My grandpa escaped concentration camp. One time he was in hiding and a guy offered him a ham sandwich. And he was very hungry, but my grandpa was still a religious Jewish man, so he said, sorry, I don't eat pork. And I love my grandpa, and I appreciate his sacrifice, but that's the Jewiest response to a free sandwich. This guy's hiding from the Nazis. You think you might want to tone that down a little bit. My grandpa jumped off a train, headed to Auschwitz. This guy gives him a sandwich and he goes, "Yo, what else you got?"
In Upper Peninsula, Michigan, y'all know what that is? You know, okay, it's like regular Michigan, but everybody look like Paul Bunyan, okay? I knew it was gonna be bad because the city was so small that when I flew there, I got off the plane and I was outside. I didn't know that was an option, bro. I go into the bid, I'm like, "Hey, can I get an Uber or Lyft?" They was like, "No, we have Michael." I was like, "Is that another app?" And they're like, "No, it's just some dude who'll drive you around for $22, bro." I get into Michael's car. I knew it was going to be a weird ride because the first thing he said to me is, "What's up, man? Where you coming from?" I say, "Atlanta." He says, "Oh, man, why didn't you tell me that earlier?" This is still the beginning of this conversation. There was no point before right now where I could have disclosed that info. You want to just hop in this car and be like, "I'm from Atlanta." Do with that as you will.
I was going through the TSA machine, like, you know, where you put your hands at the top and they see like your tampons and stuff. So I was going through and the woman stopped me. She goes, "Excuse me, miss, we have to stop you. Your butt set off the machine." You guys know what that means, don't you? It means that this ass is a threat to Homeland Security, you guys. Look at it. Oh no, it's coming right for you. Look out. And so she's like, "We have to check you." And like a normal person would be like, "Yes, of course, officer, do what you have to do." But me, being me, was just like, "Yeah." And I just stood there and waited. And I was like, "It's full of drugs." She didn't like that. I had to get checked again. Do you say you have drugs in your butt? Because then they'll try to take them.
I get my mental health more in check this year. Like I have a lot of anxiety. I have ADHD. Clap it up if you have ADHD. Yeah? All right, I'll assume the rest of you weren't paying attention. Okay. I always thought ADHD just meant you had a short attention span. Turns out it's way more than that. You know, you have trouble estimating time, object permanence, emotional regulation. It's way more than short attention span. But it's called attention deficit hyperactive disorder because that's the part that pisses people off. You won't stop fidgeting and you can't pay attention. It's a mean way to name a mental illness, right? It'd be like calling depression buzzkill syndrome or something.
I consider myself a liberal, but I get really annoyed by liberals. I think we're constantly complaining about everything, and it's just annoying. Like, conservatives are having so much more fun out there. They really are. They're having boat parades and just all kinds of parades. They're waving flags. They're drinking hard. They're shooting guns. They're just, you know, they're loving life. We're over here we have 1 million causes. We're trying to fix everything. It's tiring, you know? And when you look at the words, like, side by side, it's baffling. Because if you think about, like, conservative and liberal, you would think, like, liberals would have more fun. You liberal? Like, conservative sounds like you, like, through a sheet. You know what I mean? Like, because of, like, God or whatever, you know? But, like, liberal sounds, you're like, I don't know, on top of the sheet, beneath the sheet, the sheet as long as you baby, we don't care, you know?
What you do for work? You're a chemist, suspicious as fuck. There was a whole TV show about that. How long you guys together? How long you been together? 5 years. What do you do, my girl? You're a chemist too? Lot of chemistry between these two. What's your favorite combination of chemicals to mix together?
Water, ethanol, and carbon dioxide.
And what does that make?
Seltzer.
So you got a fucking soda stream? That's what she just said?
I realize I don't look edgy. It's my dream to be edgy. I'm edgy on the inside, you know? but nobody thinks I'm edgy. They're always like, oh, she's so sweet, she's so nice. And I'm like, you know nothing about what I'm capable of, okay? What are you judging me based on? Just how I look and sound and treat other people? There's a lot more going on that you don't know about.